Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for April 19th, 2020, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. One of our brothers, Dwayne, was so kind as to get information for everyone that's having issues with the call-in on the meditations. Because they've been experiencing such high volume, also because of the virus and people using it, it's basically congested their conference bridges, which has caused people to have these issues. And they're working on it 24/7 now, around the clock, to get their network straight so that people won't have the issues. There is a dial backup number, and when you dial that backup number, you'll be prompted to dial the original dial-in number for the account. In other words, there is a backup number that you use and then takes you into the bridge, and then you use your regular numbers and everything to get onto the call. They asked to schedule our meetings 15 minutes to 45 minutes after the hour to avoid congestion caused by everybody trying to join to a meeting at the same time. So it's just traffic, it's nothing nefarious, but we're just having traffic issues. So, which is expected. Eventually, you just can't have millions of people trunking on, and different people's lines, and other people calling in, and so on and so forth, before finally it's going to cause issues. So they're working on it, and I'm sure they'll get it corrected. But anybody who's having issues, there's a backup number, and then they give you, 1, 2, 3, very simple, how to you can connect to the conference, to the Global Guided Meditation calls. Just wanted to give you a heads up, and that's thanks to Dwayne. He did get him to respond. They gave him a really good response, so it's all positive and wonderful. One of the things that I emphasize continuously, and I can never say it enough, is that there's two areas that we find difficult for us. We have many, but these seem to be crucial. One is taking things for granted. We get tied up in things, and we start losing the understanding of how genuine and deeply grateful we are for existing in these bodies, and how we are for everything, for absolutely everything. And you really have, you've got to stay center focus for this to be so impactful, that you're grateful for every breath, you're grateful for everything, absolutely everything. And that's why I say, I repeat so many times during the meditation, deeply, 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 deep eternal gratitude, the deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal gratitudes. It is because it is the key, it's the primer to everything. Staying in gratitude is absolutely paramount. On top of that, relaxation, being relaxed, not allowing yourself to become tizzied or stressed or stretched or fearful, not to not get bent out of shape over things, and angry and upset and frustrated. These are all negative, low, burdensome frequencies. And people say, I know that, 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 but yet they still practice it. They still allow themselves to go into these useless, downward turmoil conflictions without relaxing, without staying in gratitude. And so what comes in? Anger, frustration, exasperation. These are all low-level frequencies that cause us to dip deeper and attract more of those evil, negative, dark vibrational frequencies into us. And I think if we really knew that, if we really truly knew it through our heart minds, we would not do it. Very rarely would we be seduced into it. When the quieter that you become, the more you are able to hear. You ever notice that? That's a Zen saying. The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. And there is illusions that trick us along, your journey through life. You probably have experienced personal success, accomplishment from intense amounts of efforting. And most of us contain this deeply conditioned belief system and insight that says, in order to reach my goals in life, I will require a lot of hard work and persistence. Now, this belief that we achieve our desires only through intense effort is an oldie and a goodie, which contains a solid work ethic. Yet, when it comes to mastering our lives, we find that working hard is completely overrated and is mostly filled with dogmatic beliefs derived from some archaic, limited-minded consciousness. You see, this whole construct on this planet, guys, is false. And it has been designed specifically to keep us chasing our tails. The illusion that many of us are still living under is that we are not all powerful, infinite beings who can manifest, create reality, anything we want. And it's ingrained, it's been there so long, and we've forgotten that we are spiritual beings who are tapped into a web of energy, thought, and power. Pure consciousness. We are connected to everything. Not figuratively, literally. And we've been blinded by the material world thinking that it is real. Thinking that it is real. And we have forgotten to look behind the curtain. And you all remember in The Wizard of Oz when the curtain finally, the emerald green curtain, they pulled it back and there was this little man with these machineries and everything, the great and powerful Oz, and how he would frighten people and cause them to fear. And this means that it is our basic animal nature and instincts that will reveal what's really going on. And in truth, that we already have the ability to create whatever version of reality that we desire, merely by pulling back our shades and seeing what beliefs we're holding as true, excuse me, or real in our imagination. Seeing what beliefs we are holding as true or real in our imagination. Now, the real power in science of creating into reality is one that most people do not understand at first, as it breaks all boundaries of what is real and what is not real. Creating into reality, or manifesting, is meant to take us beyond our normal accepted paradigm of understanding. And once we get a taste of how real and easy it actually is, you're never going to go back, ever. And the ordinary day becomes extraordinary because we know the golden trick to life. Now, most people would think that you're silly to think that you can create into reality something with less effort instead of more. And we're taught the opposite. You got to push, you got to bang, you got to finesse, you got to push. Work. And so the people that believe that less effort, that more effort does better. Yet these beings don't understand one fundamental principle, and that is that all the real work in life is not done in the outer world. Now, if you told somebody that, Frank, Bill, you know that all the real work in life is not done in the outer world. It's all about elevating your inner world. Now, how many people would look at you like, you're a Fruit Loop? Because this experience of inner elevation is like taking a high-speed elevator to the penthouse floor at the top. Inner elevation. You could call this ride work at all. I wouldn't call it work at all, this particular ride, as it's much better described as an enjoyable letting go process that is filled with deep joy, gratitude, trust, and a true release. Inner elevation. What is that? What does that come out to? What do you think that is? Inner elevation. Bringing yourself in an emotional high of great gratitude and happiness and joy. Now, we all can effortlessly leap over our blocks. Now, we've been taught instead to pound through them to reach our goals and dreams. Pound through them. Bang them. Push them. Do whatever you can to get to the top and reach your dreams. Okay? But yet, in reality, we can effortlessly leap over those blocks instead of pound through them. We simply ask for what we want and wait as the benevolent universe makes its way to deliver our desired outcome to us. And in the world of creating into reality or manifesting, it's always essential to focus on feeling the end result first. Feel the end result first. Now, if you want a new relationship, what will it feel like when you're in one? When you want a new relationship, what will it feel like when you're in one? This is your way of communicating to all creation that you are fully aligned with your highest soul's mission on this planet at this time. Now, you're not projecting. You're feeling. You're feeling what it is that you're desiring before you have received it. You're feeling it. Some people say, well, maybe that's visualization. However you design it. But if you want whatever it is that you desire, ask yourself, what will it feel like when it is with me? Whatever it may be. And when you do this, this is your way of communicating to all creation that you're fully aligned with your highest soul's mission on this planet at this time. Now, one highly effective technique to start on the path of relaxation, guess what? Practice meditation. Simply experiment with sitting quietly and doing nothing but following your breath, not your mind. A lot of people will sit down. Problem is that they're following their mind, not their breath. This is when we talk about moving into the now. Only the now will still the mind. You care not to entertain the mind. You want to leave the mind alone and follow your breath. Now, some of us have an overly active mind and need assistance. So, those of you that do, you can say out loud, I am, as you're breathing, breathing. Try saying I on the inhalation and am on your exhalation. So you breath in, I, and then breath out, am. Now, doing this practice for about 10 minutes will cultivate a relaxed body and peaceful mind. Within as long as you have no expectation on what should or shouldn't happen. This is another situation where people they have expectations. Well, I meditate, and I'm going to have this, and this is going to happen. I'm going to have this and that. The expectations. Zero out any expectations. Do not have any. As a matter of fact, we should practice not having expectations at all in anything. Well, when you feel what it is you are desiring, all right, when you create reality, and before you have received it, feel what it's like for you. Feel what it's like. So as long as we don't have expectation also on what should or shouldn't happen, this means we're messing with the mind. We're still in the mind and not in the breath. Now, as we've all discovered, a lot of people who come to these meditations, the frequency and the energy is off the charts, and they feel totally like almost bathed in this high-charged, high frequency. And when you start meditating daily, you'll soon discover how noisy and chaotic your inner world can be, and what it really takes to tame the mind and get super silent inside. This is just part of the discovery. And as you discover that, you can approach your mind from this more relaxed, expansive space, trusting that each moment and experience is the right one. And you'll find a deep, 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 cosmic-like peaceful feeling at the core of your body and mind. It's from living daily from this space that we find the power to start attracting some truly miraculous manifestations of creating into reality. It's in that space. It's in that celestial, cosmic-like peaceful feeling that when we go into our core of our body and practicing living daily from this space is where the power that we all have to start attracting anything we desire. So when we stop all efforting to get somewhere, all efforts to get somewhere, and we let life carry us, we can actually love our life as it is right now and taste a simple, sweet experience of bliss that resides and exists and lives inside of each and every one of us. And this is all from a non-efforting approach. We're still doing what we enjoy doing. We're still helping others and making this world a better place. But we're simply doing it from a relaxed body and mind. It's 1,000 times easier for the divine power to enter our consciousness and start flowing through our actions more fully. It is like trying to create a foundation for a new house and receiving help from a bulldozer when we're picking at this entire time. We're picking at it with a white plastic spoon. Okay? Now, when we hand our life over to Spirit, the sacred Spirit takes over you. And then you discover heaven exists on earth as the human being. The being, Homo sapien, is in you, meets the divine. You meet the divine. This is when you hand your life over to Spirit. The sacred Spirit takes over you. You discover heaven exists on earth because you the body meets the divine within. If you could ever imagine how easy it is to create into reality or manifest anything you want until you put 100% of your faith in letting go and relaxing about the outcome you want to occur. A lot of people say they do. Oh, yeah, I'm not, oh, sure, but they don't. Putting 100% of your faith in letting go and relaxing about the outcome you want to occur. Now, the moment you stop trying so hard and really let go about how everything should happen, expectations, the universe feels this divine trust and then decides to fill you with its reward. And yes, the universe is truly benevolent and a very attentive listener. Indeed. Now, you may look back at your life and think this thought is completely erroneous. Completely. And the world is a horrible place. Yet before you go there, please hear these words. You are love itself. There is nothing different than you and the source of love. You are love itself. There is nothing different than you and the source of love. And this is perhaps the greatest key that, or one of the greatest keys that has been found to reaching your highest vibration in life. It is so simple and ridiculously profound that each and every one of us might just overlook it. And when we realize its truth, we start relaxing so deeply inside ourselves that we simply let go of the lowest vibrational thought forms and feelings. Who would have guessed that we just need to relax into the source of love itself in order to elevate our consciousness and truly master this world? Now, we know this world is filled with the paradoxes. The main one being that you think you are powerless and unloved, while in truth, you are deeply powerful in the source of love. And love is not something that comes from somebody else. This is a mere reflection of the real light that is always found within. Love is not something that comes from somebody else. This is a mere reflection of the real light that is always found within each and every one of us. And, Buddha came up with some really good quotes. We all do at times, and, all of us across the board. But once you have conquered greed, nothing can limit your freedom. Once you have conquered greed, nothing can limit your freedom. Once you become totally relaxed, you find that your body and mind is proof that you are an all-intelligent, all-powerful, all-loving, all-conscious presence that is deeply connected to Source. And what is Source? Source is pure consciousness. And being relaxed is empirical evidence that you are one with the universe. You are one with the universe. Think about that. One with the universe. That doesn't mean that you're checking out in a lazy coma through drugs, cigarettes, TV, or alcohol. Your mind would be too busy processing the chemicals to take a real vacation, or where it can reach your natural state of bliss within. A relaxed body and mind is like stepping into the house of blissful abundance. Your chakras, your energy channels, transform into a receiving mode, allowing your highest possible self to show up with effortless joy and ease. Relaxation can be viewed as a hidden power. Okay? Because it's not very obvious how powerful you are or when you're truly relaxed. You may feel peaceful, yet not always powerful. And when you are super active in life, moving rapidly, talking quickly, and getting tons accomplished in your day, it's easier to think that you are an empowered being. Yet, if you could do the same outer work, yet from a consciously relaxed space, you'd feel aligned with the universal God source, and then would know what real empowerment actually is. Can you move a mountain with your finger? Is that an unbelievable statement? Or is it a reality? And the only thing stopping us to do that is ourselves. Because we don't believe it. It's not possible. It's how we've been taught and trained. And anytime we are attempting to be overly successful, achieve too much in life, and propel ourselves forward faster and faster and faster to reach our highest goals quicker, we're missing the real goal of this entire life. And that real goal is to enjoy each moment of the journey and appreciate it all. How much can we enjoy the beauty of the Grand Canyon when we're driving 120 miles per hour alongside it? Not very much. That's what many embrace life to be. Moving so quickly you don't notice anything along the way. Relaxation is obviously absolutely vital to our success as the beings, divine beings that we are, as a conscious, enlightened manifester, creating into reality. If you think that you're not capable of this, and that this approach is about not getting anything done and becoming more lazy, then think again. This is a relaxation that takes you to the source of consciousness. Intent is you truly let go of attachment to outcome. How many of us have experienced attachment to outcome? How many? I'd say probably all of us at one time, shape, form, or another. What could be lazy in that? It takes us consciously diving deeper inside our God self, trusting our connection to its wisdom, where we can feel grace is supporting our every breath. It is only here that each and every one of us can remain centered in the highest vibrations of love, peace, and oneness without even trying. And this is the only way we can experience what it means to truly be alive. Misery and despair is what is left after you have gone through all the trouble of trying to satisfy the ego with money, knowledge, things, and power, only to find that the lower self can never be satisfied. Babaji. Very true. Misery and despair is what is left after you have gone through all the trouble of trying to satisfy the ego with money, knowledge, things, and power, only to find that the lower self can never be satisfied. So, attachment to outcome. If you will, go to the place where you are not going to be disrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is to relax our bodies. Total relaxation. No expectations. No attachments to outcome. Totally letting go of everything. Not worried about the outcome, not worried about anything. Letting it go. Leaving your lower vibrational frequencies behind permanently. Allowing your body to be in its natural state, which is relaxed. The body, most of our bodies are never in a natural state of relaxation. Relaxation is a natural state for these bodies. And I don't mean laziness, and I don't mean anything like that. I mean total relaxation. So we let everything go. We surrender it. All of it. Only you know what it is for you and what you know you must let go of. And you practice this. Because it probably comes back through the ego mind. Every time it comes back, you practice being in relaxation. You are not attached to any outcomes, and you have no expectations. You just literally let it go. Body responds by relaxing. And as we're doing this with the body, we move into the now. And the now is all we really have. We don't have the past. The past is gone. We've already experienced all of those things. Years and years and years and years and years and years. And so we leave the past. It is gone. We don't carry the past, which is dead, into our future to create our future, to relive our past in the future. In the now, we are creating our future. And in the now, we still the mind. We still the chatter. We move deeply within our core. We begin to embrace the divinity that we are, the power that we are, the creation that we are. And we start to realize that, yes, we can move a mountain with our finger. And always in relaxation, always at ease, always not in the hustle-bustle, not in the strenuous hacking and banging and crawling to get. Because when we're in our core, and the beings that we are, all of that we've ever desired affords itself to us through the universe. It's not automatic. So you see, it all goes hand in hand of constantly understanding and embracing the deep gratitude for everything, all things, embracing deep relaxation within the core of us, and embracing deep eternal love that we are. So as we create our futures in the now, it can be as finite and detailed as you care to be. It is for you. It is your design. It is you, what your wish is to design the life that you desire. Following these understandings, that life is already yours. And embrace how it feels to you to have that life. Embrace how it feels to you now before you are actually in it. And then let it go. Now, what we also want to do is we want to breath in and breath out. Our breath is very important, and we take it for granted all the time. But as we breath in, and picture this, visualize this for yourself. We breath in, we pull our breath, and let's say we pull it right from the sacral chakra, and we pull it as it goes up through the center of our bodies, through our energy points, through our chakras, through the heart chakra, the throat chakra, all the way up to the crown chakra, up into the brain, up into the cranial cavity, right above the pineal gland. And as we're breathing in, and we condense and compress that frequency, that power, that energy, and we condense and compress it into liquid form, frequency, energy. And as we do this, it intensifies. And we hold it as we build it into this liquid. And only for a brief moment, I am I am light, I am love, I am power, I am the God. And as you do this, you condense it and pressure it into the liquid, and then you release it over the pineal gland. And it saturates the pineal gland. It's very powerful, very high frequency. And as you do this, the pineal responds by opening, becoming more flexible and not shriveled. It begins to expand in this liquid that you pour over it, that you've condensed into the highest of high frequencies. And the pineal gland is your gateway to all particles of existence. It's your gateway to beyond consciousness. So we continue to do this. As we breath it in, we pull it up, we condense it, we hold it, and then we release it over the pineal gland. And then we pull it back in, back up around, and this is in a circular motion. And we continue to do this. And we want to do this breathing in and out for at least 6 times while I'm talking. Now, we know that as we breath in, it is a divine positive energy. This is a very high frequency. And it always contains messaging. And the messaging isn't words or voices in the head. The messaging is vibrational frequency through your heart, mind, and through the God that you are. And as it comes in, it communicates with us. We have no attachments to any outcomes, period. 0. No attachments to any outcomes. No expectations. I know this is difficult for some because they're so habitualized themselves of expecting, of literally expecting, of always expecting, of always attaching to some outcomes that they have generated themselves. But how many times do people say, my expectations were shattered? None of the things I was expecting happened. Okay? It is letting things go freely because it is your faith and it is your love confidence within yourself through the heart-mind that this is all up to you. It is in cooperation with this universe. It is you being in cooperation with yourself and the God that you are. It is literally throwing out the window just about everything you've been taught on this planet. Attachment to no outcome, to 0 outcomes. And obviously, we also have the ego mind. As we breath out, the ego mind is there, and the ego mind is sitting there saying, no, this is all silly, this is crazy, don't engage yourself with this. Come over here, you've been doing fine with me all this time. And of course, we know that that's not the case. So we're through the heart-mind, we operate. We embrace. Through the core of our being, we find relaxation. We find the God that we are. We commune with the God. We merge with the God. That's why we have heaven on earth. And we are one. Literally. All of us. We are the one. That includes Canadians, everybody. Arcturians, Andromedans, everybody. We're all one. We're the one. Make up the one. And so, we have others with us right now. We have the archangels, cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. Trillions of them. This is a civilization that vibrates at a much higher frequency than we do. The only reason we don't see them like we see each other. And they leave messages. They do take humanoid form. And they do leave us little nudges at times, little messages. And if we're astute enough and clear enough with what we are and who we are, we will pick up on them. And we will thank them. And we will be in deep gratitude. And we love them and they love us. And they are completely consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude. And 50, 60,000 can surround one of us at any time. hold much smaller space, many of them in a much smaller space because of their vibrational frequency. So we have the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thought, and many, many, many more. Now, they have ascended out of body and hold their God form, which is pure consciousness. And so we have ascended into body to experience physical form. Now, they have done this, and we are doing it. And all of us in certain ways are ascending masters. We are mastering every moment, every split second of these physical lives. And we are in deep eternal gratitude for this life. And we hold no attachments to the outcome of this life. So we all, together, form a circle of light, a halo, the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, this meditation, this circle of light. Now, those of us in physical form, arm in arm, hand in hand, we all joined. And we form this light, this brilliant light, nothing like you've seen on Earth. It's nothing like that. This is a much purer, whiter, brilliant light. It's got massive dimension. It goes into the 1,000th power of dimensions. And it is absolutely so brilliant that it's 1 billion times more brilliant than the sun. And it grays out the darkness of space. You visualize this in your heart-mind. And we illuminate everything. We brighten everything. And this is the highest of deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. It's a very high frequency of that which we were made of. And so as we do this and we start to elevate above the planet, we see this gossamer fields everywhere. And it has all these brilliant, vibrant colors reflecting and everywhere, multitudes of them. And just in a few of them, the emerald green flaming healing light. This is the column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. The violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us that we are omnipotently powerful, that we have massive strength and resolve. We have the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us that if we do lower our vibrational frequencies low enough, that we open the door to the lower dark matter frequencies. So if they do enter, we pull the purple transmuting flame and we transmute them all into neutral light substance. We send them back to consciousness, pure consciousness, for repurposing. And we have the violet ray. This is a column that reminds us that we can bring the violet ray right in behind the purple transmuting flame, purify the area, to lift our vibrational frequency back up and higher than it was before. Closing the door, intensifying our joy, our bliss, lifting us higher and higher and higher into higher vibrational frequencies. And we have the white fire, which reminds us, this column reminds us, that we are always imbued with an impenetrable armor. This is the same brilliant light that we are. It comes from the God within. And it cannot be penetrated by any lower dark matter frequency. The only way is that when we choose to go into lower dark matter, lower frequencies, and we spiral down, we will open the door for them to come in. And this is knowledge. and knowledge is our power. Therefore, we choose not to lower our frequencies and not to allow them to come in, and maintain our white fire armor by increasing our vibrational frequency higher and higher and higher, and having no attachments to any outcomes. And then we have the golden white pink flaming light of the love that we are, of the gods that we are, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude that we are. This column, amongst all columns, reminds us that we are the love, that we are the one, that we are the gratitude, and that we express no attachments to any outcomes. We continually move up, and those of us in physical form step out of our bodies and we float above them. And as we do this, we call out to all the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Only those that are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, bliss, joy, peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, benevolence, tranquility. And they come in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions from every direction. Their gods with our gods with theirs. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere and continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth, all of these civilizations, and there are many, many, many of them, and only those that are consciously aware that they are from the highest, deepest eternal love and of the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the love. And we are the God. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the galactics, all of the off-worlders, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude to join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. There's many, many, many of these civilizations. Just to name a fraction of our familiarity with them, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the Sirians. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. And we are the love. And we are the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, stillness of mind, non-ego, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us now in this meditation, this circle of light, in this now. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. We are the love. We are the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth Gaia in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest, the deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And just to name a few of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions, shapes, forms, sizes, the configurations, colors, of which we have never seen before. Their gods with our gods with theirs, and they are with us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the love. And we are the God. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It sits center circle. We created this sphere over 2 years ago. It holds near 800 meditations in perpetual motion. These meditations do not dissipate. They do not waver. They do not weaken. They are made of pure, deep, eternal love and deep, eternal gratitude. Their frequency is highly, highly advanced. And this is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It lifts the very fabric of creation into the higher and higher and higher realms of existence. It floods us continuously, eternally. It floods our physical body inside now, our etherical body inside now, all around, up, above, and below. We feel it. It merges with us. It is part of the one. We begin to understand that our core, our God, holds no attachment to any outcomes. We reside in deep relaxation. We are connected completely with the universe and all things. Whatever it is we desire, we focus on it and we live it in that moment, in our heart, in our God. We live it before we receive it, and then we let it go. And we have no attachments to any outcomes, no expectations. And we exist in the deepest of eternal gratitude and the deepest of eternal love. Every second that we are in these bodies. We look down and we see this civilization. We see all our brothers and sisters. We see all life, the highest value in the universe. They're being flooded, saturated. Through all of these meditations, through the sphere, through the great column that we have constructed, larger than this solar system. It too, literally, cascading down pure, deep, eternal love and pure, deep, eternal gratitude. Everywhere. Do you see all of these, all the people, all the lives are being ascended? For we are the one. So we affect the one, the all, everything. And through our intentions, without attachment to outcomes, without any expectations, and we become more and more quiet, and we are able to hear more and more. And we begin to conquer greed. And we understand that nothing then will limit our freedom. And we leave the mind alone. And we just stay in the bliss. And relish and celebrate the gods that we are. And we have no attachment to any outcomes. I'll join you in meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take this with you throughout the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. And remember that you have no attachment to any outcomes. That you say to yourself that you are in the deepest of eternal gratitude for every split second. And that embrace at the core of your being the God that you are. And you relax. The universe will answer. And whatever it is you desire or want, focus on it and be it. No expectations, and then let it go. And see what happens with no expectations. We'll be back here Monday, April 20th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.